Hey guys, this is Basketball Star 1130. I know this is really late, but I'm here to talk about and recap the Bills 2019 NFL Draft. The reason this is so late because I was spending some time before this researching the guys in the past week and a half. So let's get started. I think the Bills overall had a very good draft. Maybe a couple questionable picks, but overall I think they're one of the most improved teams in the NFL. So let's get started. With their first pick in round 1, pick 9, they picked the Ed Oliver defensive tackle from Houston. Ever since Kyle Williams retired, they need a defensive tackle. Like I said, they had a lot of depth there. They had Jordan Phillips, Star Lotulelei, and Harrison Phillips, but they needed that star guy. So I had my eyes on Ed Oliver for a long time, and once they fell to them, I knew they were going to pick him. Once the Lions picked T.J. Hockenson at 8, which the Bills were eyeing too, I knew once he was gone that the Bills were going to pick Ed Oliver and not trade back. I think he'll be the starter with Harrison Phillips and Jordan Phillips being rotational guys, and then Star Lotulelei being the other starting defensive tackle. The thing about Ed Oliver is he came out all excited after he was hugging the commissioner and everything. He went down to the Bills fans to greet him. That's the kind of guy we want in Buffalo. Everyone says no free agents or anybody wants to come to Buffalo, but the Bills signed 20 free agents this offseason, and Ed Oliver seemed pretty excited to come to Buffalo. So next we got in round 2, pick 38, they took tackle Cody Ford. Now, he can play guard, but I like him more at tackle, probably right tackle, because we don't know if Dawson Knox is going to play left tackle or right guard. But I'm expecting maybe Dawson Knox to play right guard, and then you got Quentin Spain at left guard, and then this guy, Cody Ford at right tackle. This is tremendous value in the second round. They traded with the Raiders. They traded up 2 spots with the Raiders to get Cody Ford. The reason they did that because I agree with this. I think the Raiders would have picked him if the Bills didn't trade up. When the Bills traded up 2 spots, I initially thought they were going to pick Greedy Williams, who was still there, because opposite Tre'Davious White, they don't really have that star guy. But again, I'm not mad at this pick at all. I think Cody Ford will be a starter. He's going to be an impact player right away. Next, the Bills trade up into the middle of the 3rd round again. They in round 3 picked 74. They picked I'm sorry, they don't trade up. That was round 2. They picked Cody Ford. And moving on to round 3. Pick 74, the Bills got running back Devin Singletary from FAU, which is Florida Atlantic. He might not have an immediate impact because they have LeSean McCoy, probably will be the starter, and then the backup will probably be Frank Gore, and then the 3rd string can be TJ Yeldon or Devin Singletary. But and I think this is a very likely possibility, if they trade LeSean McCoy before this 2019 trade deadline in October this year, which I think is a very likely possibility, Devin Singletary could have a much more improved role, and he could be an immediate impact. But I'm not expecting him to be an immediate impact. I think this is for the future because LeSean McCoy and Frank Gore are free agents this offseason. Free agents next offseason after the season, and TJ Yeldon signed a 2-year deal, so TJ Yeldon and Devin Singletary will be the only guys on the roster at running back, so I think this is for the future. They were talking about cutting McCoy straight up, but I don't think that they'll just cut him. I think they will. I think it's a very likely possibility they trade him to get some value, and Devin Singletary's role will be upgraded. Next, this is where the Bills trade up into the back end of the 3rd round at round 3, pick 96. They get tight end Dawson Knox from Ole Miss. Again, I don't think this will be an immediate impact player. again, Ole Miss had a lot of receiving threats. They had DK Metcalf, A.J. Brown, DeMarcus Lodge, and Dawson Knox. Maybe Dawson Knox got overlooked, but he was maybe not the most productive guy, but he's balanced. Again, he might not have an immediate impact because a lot of people expect Tyler Croft to be the starter, and then Jake Fisher they signed just to be the backup, and then I think Jason Kroom will get cut, and Dawson Knox will probably be the second tight end, and Dawson Knox will be the backup tight end, and then Jason Kroom and Jake Fisher will battle in training camp and preseason for that third tight end spot. So Dawson Knox is for the future. Next we got they had no round 5. No, they traded away both of their round 4 picks because of the trades they made. And in round 5, pick 147, they got linebacker Voshon Joseph. Now, I don't know how he was still here. Voshon Joseph is a high motor guy. So the linebacker room is pretty good now. You got, obviously, the starters, Matt Milano, and then Tremaine Edmonds, and then Lorenzo Alexander. But I think after the season, Lorenzo Alexander will retire. So next year, it will be Tremaine Edmonds, Matt Milano, and Voshon Joseph. Voshon Joseph is a high motor guy. He gets into the backfield. He doesn't get the sacks, but he's a very instinctive playmaker. Now in round 6, pick 181, they got safety Jaquan Johnson from Miami. He was part of what they call the turnover chain at Miami because that defense was so good. Now listen to this. These are pretty impressive stats from Jaquan Johnson. In his last 2 seasons at Miami, he had 188 tackles, 2 interceptions, 5 forced fumbles, and 2 fumble recoveries. So obviously he's around the ball a lot. He likes to hit hard. That's what we need. I know we have Micah Hyde and Jordan Poyer as our starters, but behind that we need some more depth. We need some more young guys, and I think Jaquan Johnson is a diamond in the rough, a gem at this point in the draft. And then at round 7, pick 225. Second to last pick, we drafted defensive end Darrell Johnson from NC North Carolina A&T. Now, he didn't play the biggest competition because he was at North Carolina A&T, but he's a high motor guy, and the reason we drafted him because Jerry Hughes is a free agent next offseason and we declined Shaq Lawson's 5th-year option. I'll get into that in another video, but we declined Shaq Lawson's 5th-year option. So he's a free agent after this season, next offseason. So we needed some more defensive end depth. This is for the future. A lot of these picks are for the future. And then the last pick in the NFL draft for the Buffalo Bills in 2019, round 7, pick 228. We got tight end Tommy Sweeney from Boston College. Tommy Sweeney can block very well and he can receive very well. He's very He's very balanced in all areas. Nothing that stands out. Very balanced. Now in the tight end room, you got Tyler Croft, Dawson Knox, Jake Fisher, Jason Kroom, and Tommy Sweeney. I'll predict their depth chart in the preseason in like August before the season starts. So that's all the picks for the Buffalo Bills. Tell me what you guys think. Again, I give the Bills, if I had to give them an overall grade, I would probably give them an A. They had a very good draft, a lot for the future. Ed Oliver is going to be an impact player to replace Kyle Williams. Tell me what you guys think down in the comments. I'll do some more draft content in the coming days, talking about the draft overall and maybe pick by pick. And coming up soon, I'm going to have NBA draft video. So tonight on, I forgot what channel, but I think, yeah, tonight on TNT at 8 o'clock, the 76ers and Raptors are playing. That series is tight too. And then at 10:30, the Trailblazers and Nuggets are playing on TNT. It's a doubleheader. So tell me what you guys think in the comments below. I'll have a lot of sports content coming up. Bye.